Hello YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content on this channel, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. Also hit that bell for notifications of future content from this channel. Last week I got Smokescreen in the mail, finishing my Autobot Datsun set. Here they are, War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Autobot Deluxe class, Prowl, Bluestreak, and Smokescreen. And they all look awesome. The biggest takeaway for me is that a paint job for certain bots or certain remolds can go a long way. And they are not just recolors, but repaints with a lot of thought and placing put into them. So I'd like to talk about their paint jobs from their alternate modes for a change. First, because it's where they differ the most. And also, I think Hasbro did their best to give all three of their modes a real Cybertronian look. So I'll transform at least one of them to show you how it works. I'll do Prowl because he's all white and it's easier to see the details of his transformation in this color. So let me take his partners out of the way, remove the weapon, put it to the side, and let's start with his heels. You want to make sure these heels clip in or just go in. Just tuck them in right there. And then you want to take his toes here, which are small toes, and you bend them up like that. Then you want to connect his feet. It's a good time to. And then you want to turn his waist at a 180. Then you work on the upper torso. So you pull off his abs, and his entire chest piece will come out. And you want to, before you fold in the abs, you want to take this little panel and close it. That's going to be his hood. Then you fold the abs in. And then I like to turn the head around. I just don't like to see his face when I look under the car. And then you fold this in here like that. That goes in just like that. Then you take the arms, bend them a certain way. You put them like this, and then you just fold them in like that, just like that. And then you fold them down here, and they go in just like that. Now, they may come up like this, but I like doing this. I think that's the more appropriate way to do it. I haven't looked at directions in a long time, and, once I got my first, I really didn't look at the directions when I got the other two. So to finish this transformation, you just want to fold this in. And you want to make sure these little knee hinges go underneath here, the front windshield. And it should all fit in nicely, like that. And the best, the arms have to go into. And you want to make sure everything's tight. You have, and there it is, but just to make sure when you open the door, you have these 2 points of connection, this little hole there for this side of his door, and then you have another one right up here. So once those are lined up, you can snap it in, and it's a really nice tight fit. And because he is unique in his transformation, he's the only police car. He has this little siren there, and yeah, that's usually connected to his weapon. And I'll show you how the weapon fits a little later, but let's just bask in what these three vehicles look like. Amazing. So Prowl is a police car who plays a leadership role within the Autobot ranks. And the other two, Smokescreen and Bluestreak, they're more like soldiers with special abilities. He's a distractor, and this one's a gunner. So I'm not going to review their characters so much, but let's look at Prowl's paint job. Yeah, he is a mix of black, white, and silver, and red for the police sirens lights. The black paint goes all around the bottom here, and what stands out for me is how the black paint forms a point right here in the front of the hood, which is like a trademark for Prowl. He has windows that look transparent, and or windshield, I guess, that look transparent. Excuse me, I had the sniffles. And under that clear layer, it's like a transparent layer, and under that transparent layer, you have some silver with some detail there, and which is the detail in just about all of the other windshields right there. But yeah, it's not. This is where it isn't transparent. There's a layer of transparency, but you really can't see inside the car there with this silver here. Now on the back, you can see even here if you look closely. You can see some, you can see L and R. I think that means left and right. He has clear wheels that make it seem he can go super fast, like he's going on air. He also has silver rims with some nice detail. He has a nicely placed Autobot symbol that is worn like a badge in both modes. He also has this Cybertronian writing that probably says police. His headlights are indentations. It looks like they're there, but they're not. I mean, it looks like they're transparent, like they protrude, but I mean, they're not outies, they're innies. And yes, they do look like Autobot nipples in their robot modes, but Prowl in particular has these little spots of yellow paint there, which makes it look real awesome. I think they're his turn signals. Yeah, I even like the bottom of the cars, specifically these shoulder points here, that right here in particular, that look like they're an advanced brake system. He also has some detail in his undercarriage here. Like I like these lines that go back. Just a great addition to the back, and all of them have those lines. You know, even of course Bluestreak, and they're more visible with Bluestreak with this lighter paint. Here we have Bluestreak. It seems to those who are new to Transformers universe that his name should be Smokescreen, and vice versa. I mean, here's Smokescreen with the blue, and there's really nothing blue about him. But I mean, even there are actually other Bluestreaks out there, and other continuities and other toy lines that are actually blue. But Bluestreak's car here is, in my opinion, the most stylish out of the three. If I were rich, I'd rock this car. Like, really, it's like a stylish civilian sports car. Yeah, it's a mix of smoky gray, black, and some red on the back tail lights there, or the back lights. His is a gray all around, but it's black from the front to the back in the center. And his windshield is more transparent than Prowl's. And what I like about this transparency is that those knee joints are visible. Let me give you some closer. Those knee joints here, those little red knee joints, are actually visible. And they look like seats, really. They do look like seats at a glance. He has this silver paint for the headlight indentations. Once again, the headlights play like this visual mind trick with me. They look like they are there, but they are not. He also has silver rims with black tires. Now, Smokescreen is, to me, the race car of the group, and the last of the three I picked up. And what made me buy him was the paint job, really. I love how these primary colors are put together, along with the black and white. Perhaps it's because his colors are neatly layered. I mean, you have the black on top, then it's followed by a red hood and trunk here, white racing stripes and blue along the sides here. Also, it finishes with like this white stripe along the bottom here, on the front and on the side here. And his Autobot symbol is in front and center like Bluestreak here. And his tires and rims are all black here. His racing number is in Cybertronian, and according to this image I have up here, it does say 38. You know, at first I saw 80 or 83, but no, according to this chart I found, and I'm sticking to it, it says 38. And yes, I think I've broken the nerd barrier just now by actually looking that up. Their weapons differ slightly. In this version, for example, Smokescreen's, the larger gun is all white, but actually in other versions, it's all blue, with Smokescreen in particular, and hence the blue handle. And if you look closely, there's that inside's painted blue. For some reason, they decided to paint this white. I'm not sure. Let me give you a closer look at the detail of it. Now, all three of them carry this blaster. And Bluestreak and Smokescreen have this extra pair of mini cannons, or mini guns, mini blasters that are quite versatile. I mean, they can join together at the sides, and they can be put into port with this little peg here. They can fit right on a weapon like this, right here with that little port, just like that. Or they can be carried together in one hand, just like that. They stay together pretty well, which is cool, you know. Now, the ammo clips that can fit, let me bring them back. These ammo clips can fit into these slots, as most of you who know what Smokescreen does already are aware of. But yeah, they fit in there, and you can put his gun right there, just like that. And you can do the same thing with Bluestreak here. Now, Bluestreak's weapons are the same, just a different paint. And more gray and silver. Here they are, and you can treat them the exact same way, really. You can, once again, let me just put it together just to give you a different idea as to how they go together and how it would look. Let's see. It's tough to find the right. There we go. Okay, good. The way they're set, you just put it on top there. And you can put them right here. So there, you can do some options. And the only one that's different is Prowl. Now, the siren lights do come out and go right up here. It's what is a police car without sirens, and that's undercover. So it goes right there like that. Now, there's this little square port in there that's specifically made for this blaster. Any of their guns can go in, but yeah, I think I don't know any other piece that has this square port. So that's what they look like with their weapons. So let's get a look at their robot modes. Let's pick on a different bot. Let's go with Bluestreak. And we put them to the others to the side. Let's take off his weapons, put that to the side. And the first thing you want to do is open the doors. And I don't think I mentioned this, but what I really like, one detail about the car mode before I turn them into his robot mode is the detail on the inside of each door. I mean, inside doesn't look a thing like a car, but I mean, you gotta love how these doors open. You know, I can imagine these cars, I mean, in 10 years, cars might be this awesome, really, for sale. But here we go. So the first thing you want to do is open the door. And then you want to pull out his legs. Turn his waist at a 180. Separate the legs. And for each leg, you want to pull out the heels. And move the feet forward, just like that. And there you are. Next, his upper body, you take his arms, you fold them out. And then you make a T with his arms, kind of like a cheerleader. So you want to bring his, fold this out here, turn his head around, and then there's this little slot right here, where that little panel goes into. And like Prowl, these two little holes there will go right into these little points, right? I believe you can't see it, but it's black here and there. So first, before you do that, you want to unfold his abs. Then you want to take this little panel here, and that's what's going to go in the back of, I guess, his back, right below the back of his neck. And then you could bring his upper torso below, over his head. Maybe this needs to come out here a little bit. Oops, sorry. That goes in, and this comes out just like that. It's kind of like putting on a sweater. So take his arms, adjust them. Make sure that his abs, it's a little slot here, and it goes right into this little rectangular spot there. Right here and there, and make that connection. And that goes in right there. I like to keep his shoulders like this. Although the directions might say to keep them upwards, I think it looks more natural just like that. Now, do the same to the other arm. Adjust his wings how you'd like. You can adjust it back here like this if you'd like, or like that. So all three in their robot modes look awesome. They differ slightly in their molds and mostly differ in their paint jobs. Prowl has, in his bot mode, you can see more of his black there, but you can also see more of those yellow hints around his waist here. And he also has these cool military-like symbols here on his biceps. Both of his Autobot symbols, though in opposite places, like right here, wears it like a badge, and here on the top of his left knee, although they're kind of positioned oppositely, they are kind of symmetrical, I feel, somewhat symmetrical. Bluestreak, his red is more, let me put him back, there. Bluestreak, his red here is more visible in his bot mode, especially on his abs, his biceps, and his legs. It's like a bright candy apple red that goes well with the rest of him, really. Aside from that, aside from his eyes, there's really, like I said before, there's really nothing blue about him. I do like Smokescreen's head mold the best because it looks like he has a beard compared to the other two, which they have the chin strap nice and really open. But Smokescreen doesn't look as clean. He actually looks like he has some, like an Autobot beard. And also he has like these little wings on his helmet are yellow, and I think that's a nice touch. And that's the only yellow part on his body. When you turn him around, the only hollow points on all three bots are the back of his legs And right inside the upper torso, it's also some more hollowness. Prowl and Bluestreak share the same head mold, just about the same in every way. Silver face, blue eyes, the red wings on the top of their helmets. The only difference really in their head mold is one is white, the other is gray. And articulation is the same for all three. Their head is on a ball joint. They can look up or down. Their shoulder articulation is good all around, except they can't move it really that high from here. This high, it can barely flap their wings like a bird, but still, I mean, it's still pretty good articulation. They can still raise their hand like that. This swivel moves at a 360. Now, what's interesting is, see that little point there, and this is also a part of the shoulder movement, and yeah, that swivels up and down like that. So they can flap their arms up and down a little bit. His bicep can rotate at a 360. His elbow can bend at a 90 degrees. His wrists can also rotate at a 360. His waist also can rotate at a 360. His knees, now because of the hollowness, it does give his knee a little bit more articulation. He can do a little high knee, but because his quads are so short, he can pretty much, oh, that came out. He pretty much do a shallow high knee, but it is nice to have that flexibility. And his thighs do rotate, but you know, the way it's set up here in all three of them, it's as if I mean, you have a different color. You have a white there at the connection right there, but when it's as if, and you can see the connection there. It's on a swivel, but the way they have it looking, it's as if his thigh is sheathed. It has a sheath in there, like a sword in a sheath. So I think it really looks nice. Now, what I really don't like are their feet. Their feet, I don't know, I just don't like the base of it all. I think the toes are too small, and sometimes these are easy to fold in, these heels. So it may look a little funny, but sometimes it's tough to position them, and because they have such short toes, their base isn't as good as maybe other bots. So they might tend to fall over, or you have to position them in a certain way so it stands up straight, you know. So for me, I don't know, for me, maybe you guys have an easier time than I do, but it's tough for me to get them to stand up. They have a lot of weight in the back, and with the small toes, it's easy for them to lean forward. So yeah, I just don't like the base, but I do love the look. I do love the look, definitely. And all in all, I'm glad I got this Datsun set. I might get Barricade. He is a nice looking bot. I mean, if you think he's worth getting, let me know, and let me know why in the comments. For now, I'm happy with these three, and if you come across any of the Datsuns, I recommend picking one of them up, or all three of them up. Hey, you know. And this has been my review for all three Datsuns. If you liked what you saw, drop a like and subscribe and ring the bell. Thanks for watching and for letting me show off my collection to you. Until next time, I'm Optimus Frank. Till all are one.